Scott, we saw an absolutely mental first half of football today, and it resulted in the final score being 4-2 to Torquay United. Let's start straight away with that first half, because again, it didn't get off to the best of starts, did it?
No, it didn't. For half an hour, we got completely blown away by a very, very good side. The sort of way we set up, I thought was going to give us our best chance in terms of being in the game, but also carrying a threat. But individual errors, poor decision making, ultimately has cost us. But listen, let's not paper over the cracks. It could have been a few more as well. Having said that, we could have probably had a couple more as well in the first half. The keepers made a couple of good saves. It was a mental first half, like you say. In the end, to lose 4-2, it's not damaging in terms of the scoreline, but for me, it's a 25-minute spell there. I think that we conceded the goals in. Well, we played against a top side. We're obviously worlds apart in terms of probably football clubs, massive club. We've come down here, we've given it our best shot, but you can't give out the gifts that we gave and expect to get something from the game.
And then just in contrast then, that second half where it resulted in a 0-0 in the end, do you feel that they sort of took their foot off the gas, or do you feel maybe that we just couldn't quite get in between them?
I'll be honest with you, I was more disappointed. This might sound crazy with the second half, because I thought there was just so many unforced errors in the second half where we were just sloppy. We got into their final third and just gave the ball away. Poor decision making. When we had something to play for, I think a 2-0 deficit in terms of the scoreline. People talk about it being a dangerous one. And we spoke in there with a lot of belief at half time that we could go out and sort of stamp our authority on the game. And I just thought we were really wasteful. I thought we were really disappointing on the eye. I just said to the lads as well, the biggest positive for me today was seeing Tyrese Dice back. I thought he was absolutely brilliant in the second half. But like you say, when you give Torquay a leg up, a top side, you're not going to get anything from the game. It's ended up being a long trip down here, a long trip home, and we've not shown the best version of ourselves, which is disappointing.
Maybe a couple more positives, or small positives I should say, in the fact that Jared Myers managed to get his first goal today, as well as Victor obviously continuing some good form.
Yeah, no, obviously two lads that have come up the levels, one from step 4, one from step 5. We're trying to unearth some more gems, and I thought Jared at times today was very, very good in the first half. Victor always looks sharp, but for us defensively today, it was disappointing. Reece said at half time that his knee's sore and he can't jump. Obviously Kiki's injured, so we had a makeshift back 4 as it was. It's just one of those days. We've probably had the toughest fixture of the year with a makeshift back 4, and we've felt the pain of that, I guess. So I'm obviously disappointed because I always hope for the best. But yeah, listen, it's one of those games where probably have to brush under the carpet as quickly as we can. Hugely disappointed, obviously, for the travelling supporters that came down here. But I think the thing that I'm most thankful for is that it didn't end up 7, 8, 9. Because when you go 4-1 down in the first half, it can end up being a rout. They looked like they were on it. I spoke to Cody Cook, their striker, after about 35, 40 minutes when it was 4-1, and he just said, you know what it's like when the confidence is up, we've got our tails up, and they looked like they were on song. And it was hard to stop. Everyone wanted the ball on their team. They wanted to express themselves, and listen, they played some really good stuff. So the way that we set up is we try to go man for man, but when you lose your man or you get beat, then there's an overload at the back. They're running at us, and it was like the Yellow Sea at times. But the 4 goals we spoke about at half time, 4 really disappointing goals. So I don't want to hang anyone out to dry because I'm a part of it as well, but everyone can do something to stop those goals happening. So yeah, no, listen, it is what it is. Did anyone expect us to get anything here today? Probably not. But I did, if I'm honest. I thought, you know what, this is the type of game that we can come and show what we're about. But halfway through the first half, I couldn't quite get to grips with what I was seeing.
Just to note on, you've already mentioned the fact Tyrese Dice coming back, playing very much positive. Just to ask you about what is now a few more growing issues. I think I noticed Henry Oshien coming off a little bit gingerly at the end, and then obviously also you already mentioned Reece, but is also Peter Odgerman an issue?
No, that was just a tactical one. We just wanted to sort of change it. Roffey played against Jordan Young here last year. as a left back and done very well against him. I say it every interview, I think we played Torquay. He's obviously a very good player, but you could go through their team. They've got some top players that, for me, are probably playing below the level that they should. But it's a lovely place to play. They've obviously got high expectations this year, and you can probably see that in the first half as to why. But for me, like I say, it is difficult at the moment with possibly injuries that are coming up, with games that are coming up, sorry. Hopefully they'll be back sooner rather than later. But yeah, I don't know, just disappointed at the moment, but probably have to be a bit, maybe less harsh on the lads. It's been a big ask with a sort of makeshift, like I say, back four. But yeah, listen, I think we could have done things better.
We'll take a small break now from the league fixture campaign to obviously go back into the FA Cup again. It's probably not a tie we were looking forward to, if we're being honest, but Welling United away it is. What are your thoughts ahead of that one?
Tough game. I don't think the pitch there is very good from what I've heard. So I don't think it'll be a spectacle as such. I think they got beat today, which is never a great thing because they'll probably want to right the wrongs next Saturday. They've got some really good footballers, a few ex-Ebbs Fleet players that I know that are very, very good. I know the manager pretty well, and I know the style of play that he likes. So I've done a bit of research so far, but listen, it's probably not the tie that we wanted, but listen, we're in with a chance of winning the game if we turn up and play how we can play. But they'll fancy their chances as well. They're at home, so hopefully we can get some good support down there. It would be great to have an FA Cup run like we did a couple of years ago. Yeah, for me, it's a game that we'll go there and try and win, of course. It's a cup game and hopefully progress into the next round, but we've got to be better than what we were today.
Brilliant. Thanks, Scott. Commiserations on today's result, and we'll see you next Saturday.
Cheers, Con. Thank you.